Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. This is Larry Ray sitting in as I normally do on
You're
Saturday
always
morning.
here in spirit.
Well, I'm here in spirit, even though last week was the first time that I can ever remember not being in the show. But I'm on the men's, and Ron Wong is here to be my fishing interpreter, as he always is. When I ask the dumb questions, Ron answers them for me. Hey, we're talking fishing with Ron, and we're also talking about the ICAST is coming up in Orlando.
We're going to put some good stuff together.
We're going to have all sorts of stuff on LROutdoors.com
right.
and talk to Ron when he gets back. But this gentleman on the line with us now.
But we want a sneak preview.
Yeah, we want some
here.
sneak previews of what's going on. So our good friend Mark Copley, Marketing Relationship Manager for the one and only Strike King Lure Company out in Collierville. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, guys. I always wondered why Ron had on his business card, fishing interpreter.
That's him. That's exactly right. Yeah, he is my interpreter. He has been my coach for 30, 40 years, and everything. But I know you guys, Strike King, this is going to be a grueling time for you guys. Kind of give us, and Ron's going to ask you some of these things before we ask you, how do you prepare for ICAST from your side?
Well, it's an all-out blitz is what it is. It's, we know this time is coming, but invariably things come down to the bitter end, and I'll be putting some long hours in getting ready for it, but that's okay. We're looking forward to it. It's starting on Wednesday, the show opens up, and man, I cannot wait. I love ICAST. Number one, it's a place to show what we've got new for the year, and number two, it's a place where you see all of your friends in the industry and get to spend some time with them. So I'm looking forward to it.
Wow, absolutely. And, this being Saturday, are you leaving today, tomorrow, or
I
Sunday?
fly out early tomorrow morning, about the same time that you keep waking me up.
Oh, hey, listen, it's early for me too. So
but you guys got to ship stuff down there. You got your
build your display.
Display's always a wonderful display and everything, and it's a showcase. And I guess you're going to have a bunch of the pro staff and things like that. So tell us what's going to be going on before we talk new products. What's your display going to look like?
Absolutely. Well, the truck left last Thursday, headed down to Orlando with our bait cabin in it, as we like to call it. Our display is a 20 by 50 bait cabin that we had built, and really cool. It's one of those things that we've had it for a long, long time, but it's become kind of an icon for us down there. So we look forward to. We'll start early Monday morning putting that thing together, and, man, we've got some great new products that we're looking forward to coming out.
Mark, talking about some of the new products, and we're trying to give a sneak preview to all of our listeners here in the Memphis Mid-South area. But a couple of things that really struck me was the 4-inch Cinco.
The 4-inch Cinco.
That's right. Or not Cinco. I'm sorry, Ocho.
Ocho Cinco.
4-inch Ocho is coming out.
Hey, that's okay. That's like calling a soda a Coke. I mean,
okay.
But the Ocho is really my favorite, and
the Ocho.
And I love using it when there's pressured fish, and you have to do something a little different. This thing's amazing.
Absolutely. One of the things that's great about our industry in this sport is that the number of anglers has increased tenfold.
Right.
And so that means there's more people out on the water, which means there's more pressure on the fish. But that's okay. I'd rather have more people out there fishing.
Well, sure. Yeah.
And then we'll just come up with something that's going to help them catch it. And when fish are highly pressured, summertime, when it gets hot and they get stressed or post-spawn, when they've really been stressed after they have just laid their eggs. And, I mean, this little bait is a little Cinco-style bait that ours is the Ocho. It's got 8 sides. We actually have 4 sizes in that now, so it
really?
Kind of fit any situation that you're in. But that 4-inch one, really is for those high-pressure situations. You can wacky rig it. You can Texas rig it.
Right.
You can put a weight on it. You can throw it weightless.
You know, Mark, you talk about that 4-inch Ocho. Larry doesn't remember. I did take him fishing to a residential area lake with a wacky rigged 4-inch Ocho and really caught a bunch of fish that
We
day.
did? Okay.
And one of the things that I like to do with that, and I'm glad you guys came out with it, because I like to give them to kids that are just getting into bass fishing and wacky rig it, because it's probably the easiest way to catch fish anywhere you go, especially the smaller lakes, ponds, not only your big reservoirs and everything, but your residential area lakes and all that. Great bait.
Absolutely. And growing up as a kid, that's one of the things that I remember throwing first was a worm.
Yeah.
I learned to bass fish on a plastic worm.
That's right.
Who did?
That's right.
I mean.
And then you guys are.
What do they got? How many?
You know what? We a lot of these bass are just kind of like bass fishermen. We've seen a lot of sexy shad. We've seen a lot of chartreuse.
I like sexy shad. I was waiting for you to mention that.
Shad.
I've been waiting all show for you to mention sexy shad.
But golly, you guys are really going to turn some eyes there at ICAST with the new tomato color.
Ooh, the tomato color. Yeah, I like tomatoes too.
But your Rage Tail line, Mark, you've got some new colors coming out, don't you?
Absolutely. We've come out with a color called Delta Red. And
Delta Red. I knew it was tomato colored.
Delta Red.
Well, tomato, Delta,
okay. Ocho Cinco. Okay. Keep on going there. Delta Red. I like that. Okay. All right. I'm going to get some of those, And
we've got that color coming in the Rage Crawl, but not only is it in the Rage Crawl, but it's in the Rage Thumper and in the Rage Anaconda.
The Anaconda.
That is a color that we have tried to make a push out west, just to try to drive this. And we asked them out there, what is it that we don't have that you guys need? And they said it's color. They said our baits are wonderful. We just need colors that work in Delta-type situations. Mm-hmm. And, California is not the only place where they like red.
No, I like red.
Any kind of Delta-type situation, and they're all over the country.
Right.
Down in Louisiana, in that area. But that red color really, really was what they were asking for.
It's funny you say that, because in the California Delta, that water there.
What water?
A lot of it.
They ain't got no water. What are you talking about?
Do. In the Delta, they do.
Okay, they still do in the Delta.
A lot of that water there in that area is much like what you see on the Tennessee River impoundments.
Really?
Yeah, it really
Absolutely.
is. And so, what's going to work out there is going to work here. And, of course, there are a lot of techniques that have come around from the West Coast, like pitching and flipping, D. Thomas.
Yeah.
Finesse fishing, drop shotting. And, of course, our friends here at Strike King have come out with some tremendous baits to support all of those different techniques. And, when you talk about finesse fishing, you guys got some new stuff coming out there too, don't you?
Absolutely. We've got a little bit of everything. We've got on the Tennessee River, big baits catch big bass.
Right.
And that's not just on the Tennessee River, but here lately with tournament wins, that seems to be what everybody is after. We've come out with the big 10-inch bullworm, which is
I saw
it's
that.
hard
Yeah,
to say 10 inches and finesse. And
I know it. That's what I was getting ready to say. How do you do that?
Well, it's shaped like a finesse worm, but it's a big worm that is there for that big bite. We're really excited about getting that one out there.
That particular worm.
Amazing.
The worm that you guys have, your finesse worm, if you will, whether it's the 5, 6, 7, 10 inch, whatever it is. One of the things that I like about your finesse worm is it has a very unique tail to it.
It's got that bubble tail on it. Absolutely.
That's right. And another
Nobody
thing
else
about
all
that.
Those worms is they're in the KVD Perfect Plastic line of baits. And when we say perfect plastic, what we mean is we make the plastic perfect for that bait.
Right.
So the formula for a 5-inch finesse worm is going to be different than it is for the 10-inch worm. It's just we make the perfect plastic where it gives it that saltiness. It's got the coffee scent in it,
Right.
but it's got that soft feel that bass just absolutely cannot
And it
resist.
does. My favorite.
Well,
Absolutely.
I just read something here recently. I love to keep up with Kevin Van Dam, and it said that it's not unusual for him to carry 500 pounds of plastic with him when he goes to a tournament. And
That's right.
And this guy had related in the story about that's more than a piano weighs, and things
That's
like and those kind of things. So plastic, everybody. When I was growing up here in Memphis and things like that, and the spinnerbait was all this, you guys are really big into plastic, and I think you've turned the world around a little bit. And Strike King is noted throughout the world now, is not only just being the premier lure, and we're just glad that you guys are here.
Well, we appreciate it, and
when I walked out,
this is a special year too for us.
This is it. Yeah, I was going
starting in 2016 will be our 50th year at Strike King Lure Company.
We're on. That's hard to believe we're thinking the same here, Mark. But I'm that's what I was leading to as we close out this 50 years. And I can still remember a certain gentleman in his backyard with a garage.
And then he went out to where now FedEx stands.
Yeah,
or
so it's pretty amazing. Mark Copley, thanks.
Listen,
be sure and take care of Wong down there in ICAST. Okay, you won't.
Do me a favor.
He's hard to miss. He will be the only Oriental person there. Watch for him.
That's a really hard job, but someone's got to do it.
Somebody's got to keep up with Wong. Okay.
If I have to be my brother's keeper, I will.
Thank you. Okay.
We will see you at ICAST, Mark. Save me some time and some 4-inch ochos.
Okay, Mark.
Sounds good.
Thank you, buddy. Be
Talk
careful.
to you soon.
We'll talk to you. All right, let's take a break. Ron Wong's heading to Orlando. We need to send out the posse early and let them know he's coming. All right, on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Close it out for us, Ron, on what station?
ESPN 790, 6 o'clock every Saturday morning.
Thank you, Ron. We'll be right back.
Find